What's up guys, it's ALLDAYANTHONY and welcome back to the Civic vlog that you hopefully know and hopefully love. And in today's video, we are installing the TruHart Front Rear Camber Kits on my Honda Civic. Let's go! Alright, so this video is long overdue, but it is finally time to install the front and rear camber kits on my Honda Civic here. Now, Jason is on his way over to help out with the process, but first I want to give you guys a rundown on why camber kits are needed. So going back to the basics, camber kits for 90s Hondas are a thing, mainly for the fact that you have limited camber adjustment on the stock setup. So by installing a front and rear camber kit, you're able to run more camber, meaning more negative camber. Now, the initial idea behind camber is to ultimately increase handling and your turn-in ability, but most people run camber to help with clearance issues on top of that. So why would you have clearance issues? Well, when you run a wider set of wheels and tires like I have over there, you need more camber. You need more clearance to be able to clear the fender properly. And that was the issue that I was having on my previous video. When I was in the mountains driving, I was getting a ton of rubbing from the front and the rear. Now, the old school guys are going to be chiming in saying, you should never run more camber for clearance, that should never be a thing, you should do all these other things, yada yada yada. Yeah, we get it, but people are going to continue to run camber for clearance no matter what you say, so it's just a thing. I mean, hell, I'm even running more camber on my Evo here just to have clearance for the wider wheels and tires. So with that said, that is one of the main reasons why I'm installing the camber kits on my Honda Civic. Now, if I do get a boost in handling and it handles better, then that is going to be a huge plus for me. Now, to give you guys an idea on what kind of wheels and tires I'm running, because I get this question so often, I am running the Koenig Decagrams in the 15 by 7.5 inch size with a 35 offset. Now my tire size is a 205 50 15 and the Nitto Neogen tires. Now these tires are pretty new and these were actually designed for cars running higher camber, as I explained in one of my previous videos. So this is going to be a great setup once we get this dialed in and once we get the camber dialed in on the Honda Civic. So if you're new to Hondas and have no idea what the heck I'm talking about or what a camber kit is, then here you go. These are the front camber kits here for the right and left side of the car, and then we have the rear camber kits here. Now, a couple things I like about the TruHart camber kit specifically is I love the finish. I think it's a really nice red powder coated finish, and I love the adjustment setting. So you can flip these over here, and on the bottom you can take an Allen wrench to adjust the camber as needed, which is a lot easier than a lot of the other kits on the market, especially the cheap eBay ones. Now, really quick, check this thing out right here. This is my fancy new AirPod case. This is about to be the closest I can come to a B16 in the short term, but I would stick around for the long term so we see what actually happens. But I just thought that was pretty cool. So this install is going to go one of two ways today. The first way being that we just simply install the camber kit, get it to where the car is drivable, take it to get aligned, and have them dialed in to get the fitment that I'm looking for. The other way is for us to actually try to finagle the fitment and see kind of where we want to be, and then use the little leveler app on my phone just to kind of have a good idea on what the angle is and what to recommend when I go take it to get aligned. Now, the second way is probably going to take most of the day, which might be kind of annoying, so we'll see when that time comes. Until then, we do have some things to do. The first thing being, I need to pop the hood, I need to uninstall the battery to have access to the passenger side camber kit, and then we will be good to go. So, let's get started. So like I was saying before, we need to remove this battery to have access to this camber bolt right here because it cannot back out if the battery's in the way. So make sure to remove your battery and you'll be good to go. So at this point, we have access to both front camber bolts right there and both front camber bolts right here and along the back side right here. So we're good to go there. What up, dude? Ready to do some shit? Alright guys, so Jason just showed up and we are ready to rock and roll. So I just gave him a quick rundown on how this install is going to work, and it's pretty straightforward and pretty simple. However, we both have never installed camber kits before, so this is kind of our first, and it's going to be a learning experience, but hopefully you guys can kind of follow along and learn along as well. So basically, I've already removed the battery, so the battery is out, so we have access to this bolt for the camber kit on the passenger side, and I've already removed the pin underneath here, right under that bolt right there. Basically, basically you want to take a pair of pliers or some needle nose, pull that pin out, pop that out, and it's a 17 millimeter right there. So we're going to be dropping that down and then basically loosening these up and then dropping down that front camber kit, and that'll be pretty straightforward. The rear here is even more simple. So basically all we have to do is knock out those two back bolts right there and this main bolt right here, pop it out, put the new one in, and we're gonna be good to go. So with that said, got White Claws? Let's do it. Alright, so what we end up doing here is loosening up the camber kit up here at the top so we actually have some wiggle room, and then from there took a hammer and then kind of banged on that pin area to loosen that up. So now that's free, we can basically just take this off and replace it with the new one. So all in all, probably a 5-minute job. All right, so with the old camber kit and the new camber kit in front of me, I kind of want to show you the key differences here. So as you can see on the old one, no adjustment. There's literally nothing on here that you can adjust at all whatsoever. Whereas on this guy right here, you have this adjustment. So basically you can bring this forward and backward just by loosening up these Allens, and then you do have a new 17 millimeter nut here on the top, as well as that new retaining pin. So it's all fresh, it's all new. You can tell that all the rubber and all the gaskets and all of the bushings on here are top of the notch. So I think this is going to be a really, really, really nice upgrade. All right, so Jason had a good point on what we can kind of do to eyeball this at first, right? Now this isn't a perfect system, but we can kind of put these camber kits next to each other just to kind of see where they're sitting. So at this point right here, this is actually gonna be positive camber, if not close to stock. So we do need to bring this in more to kind of reach that negative area. So what we're gonna do is take our Allen key here, we're gonna loosen these up right here, get those loose, and then what we'll do is we'll just kind of knock this down, and I think in the middle might be a good starting point. We'll kind of have to see, but regardless, we'll get it on there, see how it looks, and then we'll match the other front with it. So now that we've loosened that up, now you can see this is gonna slide just like so. So I'm thinking putting that next to each other right there, that is more camber than obviously this side here, so we can kind of bring it up just a little bit, probably right there. The way I see it is the alignment shop's gonna be doing all this anyway, so it's like we just need to get it to a good point and then call it good. The glory of tape measures. Some people don't utilize those properly. And 7/16. All right, so we're ready to rock and roll. So I'm gonna feed this up to Jason there, who's gonna be putting the 14 millimeter bolts in. So I just need to get this lined up. Kind of a little bit. Coming up. Now that we got that there, see if we can get some light, and we're gonna drop that into there. Basically, once you seat it, it's not going to have enough thread to actually catch anything. So basically just raise that up, and so now we can bring it down, but I'm going to tighten it down just a little bit just to get it started here on the 17 millimeter, and then we should be able to drop it down and have plenty of wiggle room. All right, so we threaded the pin through this area right here. We'll have just a little tiny hole to be able to work with that. And then we're gonna grab our needle nose pliers, grab one end of it, and then we are going to simply bend it up. All right, so same thing on this side. We're gonna move this pin here. So what I'm doing is taking needle nose pliers and then just bending that pin back and then start to kind of yank it. It's coming, it's coming. That one broke, that pin broke off, but we were good to go. So now we're just gonna remove the 17 millimeter here, go lefty loosey. Sometimes I'm directionally challenged. All right, so this side free, all we have to do is lift up on that, lean that forward, then we'll come up top and loosen this up. Helps when you have a second person to help feed these bolts through, so I think that's about right.
In it crooked, I'm in it, but it's just not straight.
Well, sometimes when you're in it crooked, it feels better.
There you go. Nope. Just keep wiggling it around, moving it.
Okay, I'll keep wiggling it around, man. You tell me when it feels good. Okay, so you don't need a jack. All you need to do is just kind of pop it in. You can compress that rubber right there, so you don't need a jack like we did on the other side. So spin that on. and look for our pinhole, which is right here. And we'll get that pin, slide it through. All right, so moving on to the rears here, this is pretty simple. We got our 14mm with our big boy here. We're gonna go long inside the back to the 14mm. Get those backed out. All right, so here is a look at the rear camber kits so you guys know what you're looking at here. So the rear old one, which is pretty grungy, and as you can see, it has no camber adjustment whatsoever. And then you have your nice new minty fresh one here that does have adjustment. So how this works is you're just gonna basically twist this out or twist this back in, however you like it, and then use that locking nut to lock it down and find your placement. So it's a really, really simple design, but it really, really works well. The only thing you wanna check is make sure that this right here is gonna be horizontal, because that is where it bolts into the actual chassis. So similar to that. Sometimes when you get them, these might be a little bit wonky or kind of turned a certain way. So just make sure you have those nice and horizontal. But at that point, that's pretty much it. So I'm probably gonna eyeball these next to each other. I'm gonna bring this in just a little bit closer to obviously be running more camber than what I'm running here to see what kind of clearance I'll have and to see what kind of fitment I'll have at that point. But pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So we'll go ahead and dial this in and then get the other one matched up, and I think we'll be good to go. All right, so Jason had a good point. What we're gonna do is we're going to keep these kind of semi-loosened and then get them in there and then tighten them down. That way they're not rotating on us when we're trying to find that adjustment. So basically you're gonna take these bolts here, line that back inside there, and again, you wanna get that to where it is even, and then those are going to slide in. So then from there, we should be able to take a crescent and then just get into there and then tighten everything down where we want to cinch it. All right, so with it in here, basically what we need to do is just tighten this down to get it to where it comes into the middle. So we're gonna be kind of getting this little crescent around here, this little cheap ass crescent. All right, so same thing on this side. So these bolts. See, Jason, you make fun of me about the little guy, but it actually works. It does.
They have a purpose.
It's just not meant for big boy stuff.
Not for exhaust, yeah, just for little stuff.
It's just one of those. I think any impact is just a purchase. It's either an impulse buy or it's just something you have to say I'm doing it because I'm sick of this. Because that's what I did when I got this. I was just like I had enough. I just couldn't do it anymore. Tighten this down. Yeah, this is much easier to do on the car than trying to figure this out. That's it. Let's game. All right, guys, so all of the camber kits are officially on. Fronts, rears, everything's tightened down, and we are good to go. So like I said before, I'm waiting to tighten these areas down before we drop the car. So we're gonna drop the car first, tighten these down here, and then we're gonna be putting the battery inside. So other than that, we are ready to rock and roll. We're not gonna be finagling with the adjustment or the alignment or anything like that and trying to really dial in the fitment, because like I said before, I am just gonna be taking it to an alignment shop here in 2 days, and so they're gonna be able to do that for me, and I'll be there to kind of oversee that and kind of guide them with the kind of fitment that I'm looking for. So with that said, we're gonna get the wheels back on, drop it down, get the battery back in, and we're gonna be money. All right, moment of truth here. We're gonna be dropping down the rear, seeing how the rear lines up, and then obviously dropping the front here. So we'll see, man. I'm kind of hoping that I'm gonna end up with some Hot Boy suspension. I'm gonna be looking really good. Go out, take some photos tonight. But I think I'll probably, I think backs are gonna be close to the same. Backs are in a little more. They are in a little bit more. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Those are in some more for sure.
You roll 3 deep in the back seat.
Yeah. 3 deep. Dude, I'm just picking up people, doing runs. I'll be a new Uber driver. All right, here we go. Front's dropping down. Ooh, that was a hard drop, but. And we are at the same. Roughly the same. Crazy. So that was kind of what I was expecting on the fronts. I know the rears are more cambered in. I have no idea what it's sitting at right now at all whatsoever, but that looks about right. At least that'll get us straight into the alignment shop. Other than that though, I'm happy with how it turned out. I think it does look awesome. What we're gonna be doing next is gonna be tightening down these front camber areas here on these 14mm bolts, just getting those nice and snug, and then reinstalling the battery, and then we should be good to go. All right guys, so the car is back on the ground and the front and rear camber kits are officially installed after all of this time. So now the car is ready to be taken to the alignment shop to get aligned and get the fitment dialed in to how I want. Now in terms of the way the car is sitting now after everything was dropped, you can see that the front is roughly the same, if not running just a little more positive camber than before, but that's gonna get sorted out. Now the rears definitely were cambered in once we dropped it down. So this is definitely running quite a bit more camber than before. Now I don't know if that's exactly where I want it to sit, but we will get that adjusted once we get to the shop and figure that out. But overall, a very easy install. I'm sure my car is gonna be driving pretty wonky for the next 2 days before we get it taken in. But after that, I think we will be good to go. So again, I hope you enjoy these smaller install videos. I know they're nothing super exciting, but there's something that everybody needs to get done in terms of their build and creating it to their end goal, whatever that may be. And so I definitely needed the camber kits for my setup specifically, but that may not always be the case depending on what kind of wheels you're running and how low your car is. So anyways guys, if you guys like this video, make sure to give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below for more Civic content. I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's ALLDAYANTHONY. Peace.
Several days later.